Hey guys, welcome back to Leave It to Baker. Hey, so as you could tell, this is a full vlog. I've just been doing shorts for a couple of months now, so I'm trying to get back in the swing of full vlogs. Obviously, this is not a delivery vlog, you can tell, but you know, it's one that I didn't really complete. I did it about a year and a half ago, and I didn't complete it. It was the Hollywood stories. And there was one more story that I really wanted to tell, and that's why you guys are here, because you saw the title and you said, hey, what's this all about? Well, I'm going to tell you the story. And it's a pretty cool story. If you guys don't want to sit through the entire thing right now, go ahead and watch part of it, put it on pause, then come back and watch the rest. It's only 10-15 minutes long, but it's a good story, okay? So it's probably 2003. Now, you guys know, if you'd watched some of the other ones, I lived in Hollywood, I worked in Hollywood, I worked for the Writers Guild, worked for Paramount Pictures, I had done a lot of acting. When I first moved to town, I had gotten into a course at Ivana Chubbuck Studios, and it's like one of the best acting studios in Hollywood. I did that for a couple years. I audited a couple classes. I actually watched some really prominent actors come up at that time, which was really exciting because, well, they were very good. So anyway, like I said, it was probably 2003. I'd been in the class maybe for a year at that point. I was in Central Casting, which is kind of a background agency. And I remember one day I'd gotten a call, and they had said, hey, Matt, are you interested in working on a new movie called The Aviator? And they said, hey, would you be interested in working in Santa Monica and working on the Queen Mary for a shoot? And I thought, yeah, that'll be really cool. I'd love to do that. So they signed me up for that. And they said call time was, I can't remember, it was in the morning. You know, and actually, I have the call sheet someplace. I don't know where that call sheet is. It'd be cool to check it out again. I wish I could show you guys. I just don't know where it's at. I do have a lot of call sheets, though, from some of the stuff I did. But so I'm basically, it was a call time of in the morning. So I go there in the morning, and it was on, well, actually this part was not on the Queen Mary. This part was just off to the side of it. But it was, or was it? Now that I'm thinking here clearly, I don't think that this part of it was on the Queen Mary. I think this might have been at the Pantages. I think it might have been at the Pantages. I really can't remember. It was a long time ago. But anyway, so we had this shoot, and I was to be a 1930s photographer, like a staff photographer for a newspaper or something. So they get me all dressed up, and I'm in a suit, and I think they even put a little fake pencil mustache on me. I had a nice old-time camera with a bulb on it, and they said, okay, basically what you're doing is they're going to be introducing the Spruce Goose airplane, and as it comes up, you know, you're going to be with some other photographers, and you're going to be taking pictures, taking the bulb off. It's going to be hot, you know, put it in one of the bags that it comes with, and then put another one on and take more pictures. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So
session of
a plane, a boat, a flying city. Now don't forget
I did that for an entire day. It was a blast. It was a long day. And by the end of the day, I had this AD, assistant director, walk up to me, and he had said, hey, what's your name? I said, Matt. And I'm thinking, oh, shit, what did I do wrong? And he's like, hey, are you busy tomorrow? And I said, no, I'm not. And he said, great. We'd like to use you for something tomorrow. Go ahead and just contact your agency, and they'll give you the the bottom line of what we're looking for. I said, okay, great. That sounds great. Thank you so much. So later that night, I had gotten a call, and they had said, hey, we need you tomorrow for another scene. It's going to be on the Queen Mary itself, and the staging area is just on the docks outside. I think the call time was 4 o'clock. Now, see, I remember this part. The day before, for some reason, I don't remember that much because that wasn't as important. So I show up the next day, and like I said, call time was 4 o'clock. I get there, and I walk into this big white tent, and they had said, okay, go ahead and hang out for a while. We'll call you for hair and makeup, and then we'll call you up to the set. I was like, okay, great. Still, no idea what's going on for the whole entire day, and as half hour goes by, a couple other actors had come in. We're sitting down, and there's only like 5 or 6 of us. We're like, what is this for? And they're like, don't know yet. It's supposed to be some special scene. I was like, that's pretty cool. Right on. I don't know what it's for, but let's do this. And after a while, they said, okay, guys, we're going to send you to hair and makeup. So I take off to hair and makeup, and they dressed me up the same way I had before, the day before. So I had a suit on, I had a little pencil mustache that they put on me, and makeup and whatnot, to look like I was from the 1930s. And so then after that was done, I went back, sat down into that white tent, and just hung out there for a little while until they said, one guy comes back and says, okay guys, we're all set for you, let's go. Now, there was myself, there were 2 big husky guys that had that brute Italian mobster look, and then there was a very attractive blonde girl, and I was like, I wish I knew what this was about, but I didn't. So as they send us up there, we get up onto the Queen Mary, and they stage us up for what they're going to do. And they say, okay, we're going to have you as the photographer. You're going to come in and take some pictures of this woman. She's going to be with Howard, and I'm thinking, Howard? They mean Howard Hughes? What? Because Leonardo DiCaprio is playing Howard. So they keep saying Howard. I was like, okay, great. And he said, you know what? I'm going to double check real quick. And he goes, Marty, could you come on up here real quick? Gets on his mic. Okay. I'm like, all right, so maybe he's bringing up the director, Martin Scorsese? Could that be who he's talking about? All of a sudden, here comes Martin Scorsese, and he walks up, and he's looking around, he's looking at the set, he's looking at the scene, and he said, all right, so this is what we're going to do. What's your name? And I was like a fucking deer in headlights. Matt. All right, Matt, this is what I want you to do. So you're going to come in, and you're going to have your camera, and you're going to act as if you're taking a picture of this illicit photo of this woman and Howard. So is that something you can do? Yeah, I can do that, sure. All along I'm going, I'm being directed by Martin Scorsese. What the hell just happened to my day? And then he says, yeah, send Howard in. And here comes Leonardo DiCaprio. Walks right by me, sits down at the table right there, right where the blonde woman is sitting. And he obviously knows the scene. He looks at me, and he said, and action. And going through my mind is, A, I'm being directed by Martin Scorsese, and B, I'm doing a fucking scene with Leonardo DiCaprio. What the hell just happened? And so I do this scene, I do it once, we do it twice, maybe 3 times, and I'm coming in as if I'm taking a photo, and the Italian-looking bodyguard guys are putting their hand up, no photos type thing. And Leo and I are technically doing a scene. He says, great, that's great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for everything, guys. I really appreciate that. And that's the end of the day. And they say, okay, you guys can go. Thank you so much. I could not wait to get on the phone with my family and my friends and everybody going, you are not going to believe what I just did today. I just did a scene with Leonardo DiCaprio. And I was directed by Martin Scorsese. And they're like, cool, that sounds like fun. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Okay, so fast forward to the release. So the release is in 2004. I think it was around Christmas or something. And I had emailed all my friends, guys, you're not going to believe this. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so great. Oh my gosh. Watch the screening. Nope, they cut it. I was on the cutting room floor. That scene was not even in the film. Now, the scene of me as a photographer shooting the intro of the Spruce Goose, yeah, I was there. I was about that big, you know, about that big. But the small scene I did with Leo, nope, never aired. Wasn't even on the screen. And so they were, after my friends had seen it, maybe a week, 2 weeks later, they're like, sure, you did a scene with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, no, I did, I swear to God. And I go, you know what, they do all the behind the scenes stuff constantly, they add them to DVDs, it'll be on that. DVD comes out, I was like, first one in line to buy it. Bought it, watched the film, went to the behind the scenes, nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm like, all right, nobody's gonna believe me. Nobody's gonna believe that I actually did this. And so, fast forward again to maybe a couple months later, I was working in a day. It was like an ER drama show. It was a doctor type show, and I was an extra on that day. Well, as we're just kind of waiting for the to get up to set to shoot for that day, I overheard this guy, and he was talking to this girl, and he was saying, "Yeah, I was on the Aviator, and they had me go up, and I did this small scene with Leonardo DiCaprio, and there were these two big like Italian guys, and blah blah." And I was like, "What the?" And I turn around and I look. It was the other guy that was there, that was with us. They just didn't use him. He was pawning himself off as me. So I confronted him. I was like, "Dude, hey, how you doing?" That was me. And he was like, "Oh yeah, man. Hey, how you doing? Wow, how you been? Wow, that's awesome. So good to see you." And the girl just like rolled her eyes. It was the funniest damn thing. But at that moment I was like, at least somebody remembered that I had done that. I doubt it Martin Scorsese or Leonardo DiCaprio would even remember. I don't know, maybe they would. But that was a cool moment for me. I saved that for you guys. That was just something that had stuck in my mind forever. I'll never forget. It's something that if my daughter watches this someday, she'll be like, "Wow, that's really cool, Daddy." Anyway, that was probably it for that series of Hollywood stories. I wanted to wrap it up with that. I mean, I could do another one on Star Wars. I mean, if you guys are interested, leave a comment below. I mean, I guess I could. I've met the actors, the producer. I didn't meet Harrison Ford or George Lucas, but pretty much everybody else I've met, even the people that worked on the special effects. I've met all those people. I can show you a real cool poster. It's just up to you if you guys want to see that, or if you guys want me to move on from this series and start into something else. But that's it, guys. Thanks for checking this out for as long as it was. And hey, we'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace out.